Do you guys want to know how to solve this thing in under 10 seconds? Do you guys want to know how top cubers like Felix Zemdegs and Max Park can consistently get sub 10? And they can just do it really easily. So I'll show you my time. So I just got a 9.25, and you can see that my mean is 9.93. That means I'm sub 10, right? So you already know that I am a good source of information. And there are other good cubers out there who make these videos on how to get sub whatever it is. Like JPim's video. It's good, but it's not going to be as good as mine because I've got these tips here, and top cubers use these strategies every solve, and that's how they get sub 10. So let's just get straight into it. The most important tip in getting sub 10 is practice. So I just showed you guys just now that I have a 9.93 mean, right? And I have done 365 solves today, right? And here, that's the 1st of April, and it's 3 by 3. That's why the session is called that. And that's just to show you that's how many solves I've done today. So normally I can do like 1,000 solves a day if I have the time, and I will because it makes me faster, right? So if I'm just not warmed up, like I'm not warmed up at all here, so I'll just do a random hand scramble and I'll see if I can get a good time. So, right, I've got the scramble and I'm ready. Okay, right, so I wasn't warmed up, and that's a 10.75, so it is close to 10 seconds, because that's what I average like 9, and I just got to 10.7, but if I do like the solve now, I'll be faster, right? Because I'm warmed up now, and I wasn't like 20 seconds ago when I did the solve, right? So I've got another scramble, and inspecting, right? Okay, right, there. Perfect example, 7.23 compared to the 10.75. That's over 3 seconds faster, and that's just because I did the solve. That was the second solve that I did in this small session, right? And yeah, that's why you should practice. And another thing, you should practice your algorithms, because if you know like an algorithm, like just say like a T-perm, right? Basic algorithm, and if you know the algorithm but don't know when to use it, that's bad. Like if you know the T-perm and you get this T-perm, right? But you don't know when to use it, but you use TwoLook PLL, right? So a TwoLook PLL user would do this. So they would hold it in the back and then do this algorithm, right? And then you get a Z-perm, and that's 2 algorithms, and that's slower than using just a normal T-perm, right? So, right, this is the normal T-perm, and you can do it really easily, right? So, if you practice your algorithms and know when to use them, then you'll know how to, you'll be faster with the algorithm, right? And that's why you should draw your algorithms, right? So, if you just do, like, if you just practice J-perms for a few days, like, you'll get really good at that, and then you can move on to a different algorithm, like an R-perm. So, that's why you should practice, right? Because it makes you faster. And the next thing is do your F2L in under 5 seconds. And the reason I put it as 5 seconds is half your time, is F2L is the most important part of your solve, right? So if you mess up your F2L, you're going to mess up your entire solve. But if you mess up on like PLL, it's not going to be as bad. But the reason I say 5 is I sometimes look at this timer while I'm solving, and don't do that. Like, I do it, but it's just a bad habit of mine that I'm trying to remove. So, like, if I see the timer and it's like 7 seconds and I adjusted F2L, then I know I can do PLL in 3 seconds. I mean, last row in 3 seconds, but it's not going to be ideal because I'll get nervous, and if I get nervous, I solve worse, like every other cuber there is, right? So if I look at the timer at 5 seconds, I'll still be nervous, but I can do, even if I'm nervous, I know I can do my OLL and PLL in 5 seconds. So if you're one of those cubers who looks at the timer during solves, then I would say do your F2L in under 5 seconds. So that's just why I say it, and it'll help you while you're solving. And the next tip is learn full ZBLL. So I'll just set up a really quick algorithm here. So, right, so there. Random OLL. I mean, normally this would just be your normal algorithm, right? Just a normal SUN, right? But that gets you an A-perm, and then you have to do the A-perm. That's bad because it's a 2-look last layer. So if I just set up like a random algorithm there, right? So normally you would just do the SUN, right? But instead you can do this different algorithm, and then that solves it. And then you can just do U2 AUF. So that's why I say do full ZBLL, and it'll just make you faster, because you have to do less moves than if you do 2-look last layer with OLL and PLL. And I know some of you watching don't know 1-look OLL yet, and I would say don't learn it, just learn full ZBLL, because it'll make you even faster, right? Because you want to become as fast as possible. So ZBLL will make you fast. And just coming back to the first tip of practice your ZBLL algorithms. Like, I can do that algorithm really quickly, and then I just got the other version of the algorithm, right? So that's how you do the algorithm really easily, and that'll help you. Again, it's not that hard. Just practice your algorithms and learn full ZBLL. And the next tip is actually to do an inspection time. I'm expecting you to have planned out your cross every solve and inspection, but you should really, at this stage, be planning out your cross and your first 2 pairs. So if I just do a random hand scramble here, so you guys get an understanding. Yup, so, right, so this solve, I have these 3 edges already done, and then this edge here, and I see this pair and this pair, right? So normally I would just do that, and then that's my cross done. But then I have to do another pair, so I'll just do this one, and then that's 3 moves. Instead, I can do this, I can do an R2, and then it's 2 moves, and I get the double X cross, right? So that's why you should always be looking for your first 2 pairs in inspection. I got extremely lucky with this scramble, because it's a hand scramble, and I got this pair here, and I also got this pair. So you do an R2, and then you put that in, and then you move it back down. So now I have these 2, and then I have these 2, and then anti-SUN and TIFO. So that's why I say you should do your first 2 pairs in inspection, because it will help you, and that's why it won't be that hard to do a sub 5 F2L, because you basically have to do, well, if you know the moves to do your first 2 pairs in inspection, then you should be able to do that in like maybe 1.5 seconds at max. So then you have 3.5 seconds to do 2 pairs, which is really easy. And that's just why I say do your first 2 pairs in inspection. So the next thing I would say is have like a good cube, like have a $100 speed cube, like 100 New Zealand dollars. Like, it goes without saying, like, better equipment means you'll solve faster, right? So if I have this dollar store cube, right, it's not going to be that good. So, like, the corner cutting on this can hardly corner cut. Like it can hardly even turn, but it can't corner cut 45. This GAN X, easily 45, right? So, that's why I say, just get a good cube. Like, it can't even reverse, like, 5 degrees. Like, this GAN X easily does it. And you can't even notice it. So, I'll just do a random hand scramble with this cube. And I'll show you why I'm not as fast on this cube. Okay, right. Okay, there. Okay, right. You see the 11.54? That just proves to you that getting an expensive cube will make you faster. Like, if I just do a random hand scramble on this cube, then you'll see that it's going to be sub 10. And it's also going to be like, it's not going to be a bad solve. Unless I get a terrible scramble, which I haven't. Sub 5 H12. 9.43. That is exactly what I'm saying, right? It's over 2 seconds faster. And just get an expensive cube because it'll make you faster, right? Like, I have many other, like, okay speed cubes. Like, this one, this GAN UM, and then this GAN SM, right? Which lost a center cap. But actually, it didn't lose a center cap. I still have it there. But that's just to show you that you don't need... You need expensive cubes to get fast. And the next tip is do big cubes. And I know you're going to say, why would I do a big cube when I'm trying to practice 3x3, right? But this is my 4x4. This is my main 4x4. And I'm going to show you why you should do big cubes, right? So, if I just do a random 3x3... Well, I just did the random 3x3 scramble and I got 9.43. So, if I do a 4x4 solve, and you don't even have to be that good at 4x4 to do it. You just have to be able to do a 4x4 and be, like, okay like me. So, I average, like, a minute something on 4x4. And it depends on the scramble, but, like, I'm not the best at 4x4. And you don't need to be to practice. So, I'm ready on this scramble. Okay. So, I've done centers in about sub 15 seconds. And you see how I'm looking ahead to these pieces? That's why I'm telling you to practice 4x4, right? So, it'll help you look ahead. So, I've finished all the edges in about sub 35 seconds. And so, I'm already on my 3x3 stage. But on a 4x4, it's a lot different. Because this is actually an extremely good scramble. And PB single, I don't know how, but it's a PB single 55.53. That is a good solve. That's my best 4x4 solve. Because it's a PB single. So, I don't know how to explain it. I just got my PB single, and now I'll do a 3x3 solve, and I'll see if I can get a PB single on that, I guess. So, yeah, another hand scramble because it's just a lot faster. Okay, right. Okay. There, perfect example, 7.64, right? And the previous solve was 9.43, so I'll just delete the 4x4 solve, but that was incredible, the PV signal. So now I just did a big cube and then my 3x3, I got 7.6. Now I'll do a 2x2 and then another 3x3 solve to show you that if you do big cubes, then your eyes will be more focused. I mean, your eyes will be able to look ahead to more pieces. So, like, you notice how the 4x4 is bigger than the 3x3, right? And the 3x3 is smaller, is bigger than the 2x2. So, your eyes are your eyes are focused on getting smaller pieces, first of all. And that just means your eyes have to be more precise. So, and also, your eyes have to look around more because it's a bigger cube, right? So there's four layers, right? So your cube has to look for even more pieces, one more per layer, because it's a 4x4. So your eyes have to work harder. So if your eyes are used to working hard and then they have to do an easy job like a 3x3, then you'll be faster because you feel like it's easier, right? So you might be able to get what I'm saying. Like, when I just practice 4x4, do like a few hundred solves, then I do a 3x3. The 3x3 feels small for like the first 10 solves, and then it just feels normal again, right? So that's why I say do big cubes. But besides the point, if I do like a small cube, like a 2x2, and I'm not good, like, I'm okay at 2x2, but I'm not good. So, okay, 5.44. So that's just okay for me, but now this is the point that I was wanting to make. 5.4, but now I'll do a 3x3 solve, and I guarantee you I'll be slower on this solve because my eyes are used to doing a small cube now. So, okay. I know what I'm gonna do. $8.89. Right, so you can see how the 7.64 and the 8.89, the 5.44 is 2x2, but 7.64, 8.89. So if your eyes are used to doing something hard and then they do something easy, that means you can do it faster, right? And it's not that hard to get. Like, your eyes will be focused on it. If 2x2, your eyes will be focused on doing something hard, and then you do something easy, and then you do something hard again, like a 3x3, because it's bigger. So that's why you should do big cubes. You could even try 5x5, but that just takes way too long, right? So the 5x5 is considerably larger than the 3x3. But I guess you could do it, but I would not recommend it. And if you do all of these tips, then it should take you like a month to get sub 10. And I do 1,000 solves a day, so that's around 31,000 solves a month. So yeah, 31,000 solves, and if you do all of these tips, sub 5 F2L, full ZBLL, cross in first two pairs in inspection, $100 cube, and you practice big cubes before your solve, then you should be able to get sub 10 every single time then, after a short period of time. And that's all I have to say for this video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and bye guys, April Fools.